at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You're looking live at the virtual iRacing Knoxville Raceway, the home of the Knoxville Nationals and the Knoxville Late Model Nationals, and so many other great prestigious events in that track in Knoxville, Iowa. This is the Mimi's Makings in Motion World of Thunder Sunday. Next, it is the Next Level Design Pro Late Models. I'm Wesley Outland, your host. Joined alongside will be the men calling the action, Chris Nunn and Zach Newton. We're ready for this second event of our Sunday racing coverage. You saw some exciting racing just a few moments ago on Ultimate Dirt TV with the action of the Race Production Dirt Car Modifieds. Is, of course, Evan C. picked up the win. We'll let you know that Jacob Fields and Hayden Cardwell have been parked for rough driving for the remainder of the evening of Sunday programming for the World of Thunder because of retaliations in the modified events, so they are out of the events. Now, let's go to the men that'll call the action in the booth. I'll jump in a time or two. Mr. Chris Nunn and Zach Newton.
Thanks a lot, Wesley Outland. Chris Nunn here alongside lasagna aficionado Zach Newton tonight. Zach Newton, welcome back to the broadcast.
So that's where the whole lasagna thing came into action last week.
I don't know a lot about a lot, but I know a little bit about lasagna, Wesley. Let me just tell you what. Yeah, it's a running joke in my friend group outside of iRacing, I guess, is if you have two lasagnas and you stack them on top of each other, is it just one lasagna? That you can ponder as we get into qualifying here. From Knoxville Raceway, Chris, I always ask you if we're in heaven every time we come here. No,
we're in Iowa.
Just Iowa. As Colton Davis takes time in the JDR Graphics number 27 machine. Chris, you're probably a little more familiar with Knoxville than I am, being a Kentucky native. We're not big sprint car guys. Talk about some of the history of this place.
Oh, where do you start? The Knoxville Nationals rolling all the way back to the 1970s. The late model Knoxville Nationals. A lot of USAC races have been ran there. Used to run the Harris Clash there at the IMC Modifieds. The 360 Nationals just got finished with Ian Madsen picking up the 360 Knoxville. Kerry Madsen, picking up the Knoxville 360 Nationals win. So all kinds of history. It's still on my bucket list to get there. Chris Fisher right now sitting at the top spot right now, 18.942. How about Bobby Hans? Well, now Cole Henriksen into that top spot, 18.855. Chris Fisher, Bobby Hans. Now Evan C. going to the second spot, and 18.888. Nathan Davis, Chris Fisher, Bobby Hans. Trent Ivey, the little head knocker, in sixth. Jalen Fairchild in the seventh spot. Dustin Sizemore now rolling in eighth. Alex Bergeron, Big Bucks Bergeron, in that seventh spot. David Heileman now going to second. Man, this top 10 is changing like underwear right now.
Just rapidly. This so we're in a weird situation here with Hayden Cardwell and Jacob Fields, as you heard during Wesley's introduction, both parked for rough driving during the modified race, and it did get a Tyler or Bobby Pierce level of physical out there. I would say that really opens this race up. The fixed race setups, which is what we run in the Pro Late Model Series, definitely. That is interesting as we see Hayden Cardwell on track. He was allegedly parked. We'll have to go to a race control for that one.
Maybe snuck in under an alias. Kendall Tucker, your fast qualifier, 18.802. Cole Hendrickson second. John Ruggiero Jr. in the third spot. Hayden Cardwell qualified fourth. David Heileman fifth. Evan C. Dylan Hauser, Nathan Davis, Chris Fisher, and Bobby Hans was your top 10 qualifiers here. Official car count, did we hit the 60 mark, Brett? All right, so we are right around there. So we run 6 heat races. We'll take the top 3 out of each heat. We'll take a look at your Ultimate TV starting lineup. For heat race number 1, Kendall Tucker, your pole setter in the 00 machine. Outside of him, it's Dylan Hauser in the 2 car.
Blake Brown will roll off third in the 74 machine. He's outside Jace Johnsrud in the 42.
Row 3 on the inside, Brett rolls in the 27 machine. He'll start 5th. Outside of him, Tyler Schaefer in 3. He will start 6th.
Tyler LaPointe for Goon Squad Racing rolls off 7th in the 23 machine. Hunter Butts in the 54 goes 8th.
Row 5 on the inside, Blake Mosley in 58. And outside of him, we'll see Steve Mikulski in the number 93 machine. He will start 10th. Zach McSwain currently leads your point standings here in the Next Level Designs Fixed Pro Late Models with a 16-point advantage over Kendall Tucker. Hayden Cardwell sits 3rd, 84 markers back. Dylan Wilson 4th, 92 markers back. Then 100 points back in 5th is J.D. Brown. Then it is Dylan Hauser, Blake Cannon, Blake Majulis, Blake Murray, and Dustin Hall rounding out the remainder of the top 10 in points. We'll bring Wesley Outland back in here before we get started back in Green Flag Racing. All kinds of cars and stars here for the Fixed Pro Late Models. Your thoughts before we go heat racing?
A great field of talent, virtual and reality. I think of names like Hauser and, then other names that you see that are in the lineup that are great in the virtual world. And then you think of names like Mr. Trent Ivey and some other names we saw earlier that are actually real pro late model racers, real contenders. We'll see what they can do here as we're set for heat race number 1. The format, 6 heat races, top 3 transfer, a D, a C, a B main. But it is last chance races 3 with the top 2 going to the A main. We're ready in heat number 1.
All right, thanks a lot, Wesley Voda. We appreciate it. In turn number 1 and 2.
I caught that.
Kendall Tucker and Dylan Hauser down the back.
I thought it was Wesley Myers.
Down the back straightaway to turn number 3 and 4. Contact back at the 4th spot. Hunter Butts, Brett Rolls are leading lap number 1 in a drag race. It's going to be Kendall Tucker.
We're seeing some very physical racing on back in the pack, but out front it's Dylan Hauser and Kendall Tucker just trading slide jobs. Knoxville slide jobs a lot more subtle than what we saw last week at Fairbury. You see Hauser drive hard to the inside and then slide up the racetrack, but Tucker's got plenty of room to work back around him. It's another drag race off the 4 and down the front straightaway.
Kendall Tucker driving a more plain car than what we're used to seeing. He's usually got a pretty sharp paint job, but he's decided to go kind of basic on us here in the Pro Late Models. As Dylan Hauser rolls now to the inside of Tucker for the lead. Blake Brown sitting back there in that 3rd and final transfer spot. Turn 4, completing the lap number 3. Working lap 4, it is Hauser, still your leader.
Just a little contact in turn 3 and 4. They're still side by side. You're seeing some great racing here on a very hammered down Knoxville track early on. The track retains a lot of moisture. That black Iowa dirt, known for staying very racy, as Blake Brown starts to introduce himself to the top 2. It's another drag race side by side down the front stretch for the lead with Hauser and Tucker.
Hauser throwing a slider on Tucker. Tucker now back to the inside. Blake Brown watching it happen. He's going to see what happens with that top 2 battle. As now Tucker rolls to the inside of Dylan Hauser. Got a good one brewing here in heat race number 1. Your top 2 trading sliders back and forth. Almost a dead heat at the line as we go to the drone cam here.
Just 3 laps left in this one. Blake Brown, like Alexander Hamilton, not throwing away his shot. He's staying right on the top 2 tail, waiting for somebody to make a mistake. Tucker and Hauser made a little bit of contact earlier in the race, but they've kept it very clean so far as they have exchanged lines. One runs the slider, one runs the cut down every single corner. They go back and forth. Hauser pops the berm and slides up the racetrack in turn 2.
Almost 3 wide for the lead out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Past the National Sprint car Hall of Fame. I'm looking at late models. That's what I'm looking at right now. Kendall Tucker out of turn 4. White flag going to fly this time by anybody's ball game into turn 1.
Blake Brown's waiting for his opportunity. This is what you paid for, folks, and you're getting it for free. Tucker right door to door with Hauser right to the inside. There's inches separating those vehicles. Hard into 3 and 4, side by side. Blake Brown, I don't think he's got enough for him off the turn. We'll have to see. It doesn't look like it. It's a drag race for the win. I couldn't see who got it. We're going to have to go to the instant replay to timing and scoring and see if we can tear that apart. It looked very close at the line. I think it was Kendall Tucker on the outside getting the win.
We're going to check it out here. Your final finishing rundown. Your winner of heat race number 1, Kendall Tucker over Dylan Hauser and Blake Brown. Top 3, Rolls, Butts, Mosley, Johns, Root, Schaefer, Mikulski, and LaPointe. Rounding out the field, Wesley Myers. What a good race there.
A good run there for the driver out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, Kendall Tucker, the man out of Bakersfield, California. Oh, yeah, Dylan Hauser. And, of course, the other driver there in the 3rd spot. And, by the way, I don't even know if you caught that, Zach and Chris, but there was a crash there as they were coming to the checkered flag at the finish. But when it's said and done, of course, the driver out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, getting it done. We're ready for heat race number 2, and it is going to be another 8 laps. Top 3 transfer. Let's give them the starting lineup.
On the pole, we're going to see Cole Hendrickson in that number 101 machine. He'll start first. Outside of him, Nathan Davis from Indiana. He'll start second in 36.
Rolling off third is the 19 of Jalen Fairchild. The outside row number 2 is the 331 entry of Dustin Hall.
Row number 3 on the inside, Riley Emig. And the number 12 machine. Outside of him, we'll see Matt Dixon in 96, starting 6th.
Rolling off 7th is California's Wyatt Brown in the 59. Brent New in the 144 machine rolls off 8th.
And row number 5 on the inside, Kyle Moyer in the number 11 machine. And outside of him, he's going to have to make another run from the back in his heat races. It's going to be Blake Cannon rounding out the field here in this second heat race. Just in the modified, just like he did in the modifieds, Cannon's going to have to come from the back.
Well, if there's anybody who can work his way through a field with a combination of hard luck, driving talent, and a little bit of right door panel, it is absolutely Blake Cannon.
We're going to see what he can do here from the back. Getting set 10 cars, top 3 will go to tonight's main event here at the Knoxville Raceway, the half mile. Pace truck lights are still, or they're going out. We're going green this time by, it looks like.
And it is Cole Hendrickson in the 101 machine going to lead him to green to his outside Nathan Davis. We are in for a fun heat race. Some new faces here for World of Thunder, and we are underway. Cole Hendrickson gets a great start. He's out in front of Nathan Davis, Jalen Fairchild, and Dustin Hall head into turn 1.
Out of turn number 2 down that back straightaway. Cole Hendrickson out front. Nathan Davis, Dustin Hall into that 3rd spot. He's trying to make his way up. Fairchild in 4th. Matt Dixon back there in 5th. And the old number 96 car, FC 96, I think Tanner English.
Cole Hendrickson out front, but don't look too far back behind him. Blake Cannon's already up to 7th position, battling for 8th now with Brent New. He's got his hands full. It's a mess in the back of the field. Meanwhile, out front, Cole Hendrickson starting to gap out on 2nd place Nathan Davis just a little bit. He's going to try to run off and hide and win himself a World of Thunder heat race.
Giving her, oh, look out. Dustin Hall caught the berm, got it up on 2 wheels, got shot up into Nathan Davis's machine, and wadded up about 4 or 5 cars behind him. We are still green. Brent New now finds himself into that 4th position now. Caution is going to fly. Wow. What a wild circuit of events there, starting with Dustin Hall catching the berm. We'll take a look at that on your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Wow, there you see it right there.
Yeah, the berm at Knoxville it's not a uke tire. You're not guaranteed to lose, but it's not. Some guys can hit it perfectly. I don't know how they do it. I have no idea how you pull that off. Some guys can hit it perfectly. You see Dustin Hall here get way too deep into turn 1.
What a save! What a save, guys!
Yeah, great save. Unfortunately, the collateral damage is the thing that hurts here. Is he gets into a whole bunch of he gets into the 3rd place car and then collects a whole bunch of guys on the way back checking up. And there's so much speed being carried at Knoxville that it's almost impossible to get on the brakes. As you see, Blake Cannon gets collected in that one.
Yeah, just a tough circumstance, if you will. We saw Hall's car, dirt tracking it, Evil Knievel style, if you will, down in the cushion in the 1 and 2, and made everybody behind them check up, and then it blocked the path in a multi-car accident. Replays for coverage on Ultimate Dirt TV is presented by Wicked Cushion. Hey, by the way, likes, hearts, shares, follows, shares, stars. If you want to make a donation also to our PayPal account, the link is with the description of tonight's event. We greatly appreciated all the proceeds and the money that you give us. Stars funds go towards making broadcasting better for Ultimate Dirt TV, for the World of Thunder. Mimi's Making in Motion, also the sponsor of this series. Getting ready for the restart. 3 in of 8. Nathan Davis ready to bring him back to green.
Here they come out of turn number 4. Pace truck pulls off the racetrack. Cole Henriksen. Field belongs to him as they roll out of turn 4. Green flag is back out. Here at Knoxville. He raced number 2, Dustin Hall. Still trying to figure out, trying not to hit that inside berm this time around out of turn number 1 and 2. Nathan Davis now goes to that second spot. Dustin Hall right now 1 spot looking in, but we mentioned it before the race. Blake Cannon and Brent New trying to work themselves up to the front, and there goes Fairchild, got sideways. Everybody stayed straight, and wow, we about wadded up 6 cars, but everybody stayed straight.
Great saves, but it's an absolute mess. The big benefactor of all that is Blake Cannon. He's up to 4th place and is chasing down your top 3. Cole Henriksen well out in front of Nathan Davis and Dustin Hall right now for those 3 transfer spots, as you see Hall and Davis go side by side, and we are under yellow, Chris.
Caution out yet again. We will take a look at our Wicked Cushion instant replay here and find out exactly what just happened. All right, we will not go to the Wicked Cushion instant replay as our camera did not pick it up. Once again, though, I want to thank Wicked Cushion for bringing us our instant replays. Wicked Cushion, a cross-aspect marketing platform whose goal is to introduce brands and companies to the world of dirt track racing while helping support the drivers' leagues and facilities that work so hard to entertain the loyal race fans. That is Wicked Cushion.
Look, you guys are going to have to get me the scripts for these live reads because I'm just going to sound like a big amateur out here.
Hey, I just looked it up myself.
Oh, well, fair enough. Fair enough. Look at you putting in the work, Chris Nunn. Look at you. So the big winner, again, of this caution flag, the guy that seems to have all the brakes go his way right now is Blake Cannon. The caution flag is going to do the work of catching him up to the top 3, put him in contention for one of those transfer spots, maybe even a heat race win. This is... It's been good close racing here at Knoxville so far through 2 heat races. Not anybody so far in this one has had anything for Cole Henriksen, though.
There you go, Zach. You can check the group chat. I just sent you the script so you don't sound like an amateur.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
Yes, thank you.
Chris Nunn alongside Zach Newton. We've got Wesley Myers-Voda up in the booth as well.
All right, that's pushing it, okay? That's pushing it.
Is a hyphenate now? What is going on?
Well, I was gonna go Wesley Myers-Voda Venturini, but that would be way too long.
It's so much work. Is that even worth it for the bit at that point, Chris? I asked.
No, I think we jumped the shark about 20 minutes ago on that one.
Pace truck lights, I believe, are out. We should be going back to green here. Field belongs to Cole Henriksen, single file off of turn 4. He's going to get a great advantage down this long front straightaway here at Knoxville. Another great start for him, but watch Blake Cannon. He's definitely the man to keep an eye on here with 3 laps to go in this one.
Yeah, at some point I was going to get the last name of every single host or broadcaster and give it to Wesley at some point during the night, but I think we jumped the shark on it.
You see Cannon tap the brake.
I'm ready for Wesley Musburger. That's next, right? Oh, trouble, guys!
Trouble in turn 4.
Riley Emmett going around in turn number 4, but I believe the yellow will not come out. We're going to stay green. As it happened in the back of the field, we're going to finish this one up. White flag's going to fly. Cole Henriksen still out front. Dustin Hall, Nathan Davis, Blake Cannon makes some contact with Davis coming out of turn 4. And down the front stretch we go. 1 lap to go.
Cannon handed Davis the business in turn 3 and 4, but Davis held on to it. Kudos to him. Great display of driving. That's going to be the big battle. Here, you look at Cannon diving to the inside. He's going to probably, looks like, try to slide up the racetrack and maybe pinch Davis out. We're going to have to see if he gets enough run down the straightaway. It's going to be very close at the line.
2 great heat races to start off the show tonight. We'll take a look at the results here on Ultimate Dirt TV, the Mimi's Making in Motion World of Thunder iRacing Series. It is the Next Level Designs Pro Late Models Heat Race 2 finishing order. It is Cole Henriksen, your winner. Dustin Hall second. Nathan Davis getting that 3rd and final transfer spot barely over Blake Cannon. Then it was Dixon, Moyer, Brown, New, Emig, and Fairchild finishing out the field. Wesley, another good one there.
Yes, and remember, those top 3 drivers will move their way into the A main. For the other drivers, they'll go back for one of 3 last chance racing qualifiers to try to make one of those 24 spots here at Knoxville. Hope you're enjoying our Sunday night coverage of the Next Level Design Pro Late Models at Knoxville. Coming up tomorrow night on LSR TV, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, it is coverage of the Monday Night Cup Series presented by the World of Thunder. We will be at Rockingham Speedway. Live sim racing airtime again, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on your home for sim racing. As again, Ultimate Dirt TV coverage continues for the Mimis Makings in Motion World of Thunder. A guy I know very well, John Ruggiero Sr., former fast track winner of the Bill Hendry Memorial. His son is ready to bring them to green now. He also races pro late models at Harris Speedway, Cherokee Speedway, and more. And we're set for heat number 3 next.
That's right. John Ruggiero Jr., your pole sitter in 44. Outside of him, Chris Fisher in 37. He'll start second.
I'm having some video issues, Chris. You want to handle the lineup for me?
Matthew Logan will start third inside of row 2. Outside of him, Colton Davis. He'll start fourth. Row 3 on the inside, Tanner Folds in the 15 machine. Outside of him, Chris Cox, Death Dealer Motorsports, 515 in 6th. Row 4 on the inside, Will Gadsky in 70. He'll start 7th. Outside of him, starting 8th, Nick Quinn in the 007. And row number 5 on the inside, lead singer of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, 121. Outside of him, Timothy Smith in 48. Zach, good to see Brian Johnson back with us, off the tour, not singing and whatnot.
Yeah, no, it's always good to see him. It's nice to see him still out and things, enjoying his hobbies. Who knew that the lead singer of AC/DC was also into dirt racing? But here we are.
It's time to see him get thunderstruck with the World of Thunder at Knoxville.
I'm sorry, but you're not going to beat the big balls reference we had in the last race.
That's true.
We are underway here in heat number 3. It's John Ruggiero Jr. out front, leading Chris Fisher, Colton Davis, and Matt Logan in the Chubb Frank entry. Tanner Folds looks to his inside for 4th place. Slides up the racetrack. There's a little bit of contact. Folds is going to have the spot down the front straightaway.
Tanner Folds, that caution is out. Yellow out for the first time here in heat race number 3.
Come on, Zach.
Wicked Cushion instant replay.
Yes, we're going to take a look at the replay here. And, Zach, give me your best Chubbzilla.
What, you want like a monster noise?
Chubbzilla!
Chubbzilla!
Whoa! Speaking of Chubbzilla, there's a big crash in 3.
Oh, no. My wife is pissed right now. I can
Brian Johnson did get thunderstruck right there. He got caught right in the middle of that.
See, I had a feeling it was going to happen. Wow. 3 cars crashing there in turn number 3 virtually here. And we'll see if these drivers can be able to continue together. The one that got up in the air, through the air, was the number 7. There you see him rim riding it, roof against the fence. Wow.
Yeah, not... you'll hear some guff about wall riding and iRacing, and that's not what they're talking about.
That's not the way you want to ride the wall.
No, sir. You definitely don't want to ride it that way. Brian Johnson able to continue along in the 70 car as well with some damage. And there's a look at that Wicked Cushion instant replay. Again, all of our instant replays are presented by them, and we'll get ready to go back for the restart, gentlemen. 4 of 8 complete. Now, remember, caution laps do count in our heat races to speed up the program. But again, the man out of Rutherford to North Carolina, John Ruggiero Jr., is still the man that is out in front.
Yeah, Ruggiero has looked strong early on in this heat race. Got a good start. Starting on the pole here at Knoxville is a huge advantage because you control the restarts. And that's down that long front straightaway, being the first guy on the gas gives you a huge advantage going into turn 1. We are double file. It's Ruggiero, Fisher, Logan, and Davis. Ruggiero bringing them to the green flag, Chris.
Pace truck's going to pull off the racetrack here out of turn number 4. Green is out. Ruggiero got a good start out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Chris Fisher in that Brock Lesnar F5 machine, or as I call it, the browser refresh, down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Contact back there between Logan and Colton Davis. Tanner Folds going to try to look underneath there, but not going to have to settle in. Got in contact with Cox there out of turn 4.
Definitely some very physical racing here at Knoxville tonight. Ruggiero Jr. out front all alone. Chris Fisher giving chase in the Tornado machine there, but Colton Davis holding down that 3rd spot. He's got his hands filled with Matt Chubbzilla Logan, though, as he looks to the inside in 3 and 4. Slider across the nose, but he's going to wind up in 3rd space.
Yeah, Colton Davis kind of used Matthew Logan as a cushion there coming out of turn 1. And then Logan returned the favor, fed him a right rear going into turn number 3. Didn't take each other out, though. We stay green as Chris Cox holds that 5th position. But right now, it's Ruggiero still leading. Fisher and Logan as we are just past halfway here in Heat Race 3.
The battle to watch is Tanner Folds stuck back in 6th place and trying to do something. As we go on board with your leader, John Ruggiero Jr., you can see the cushion starting to form here in Knoxville. It's one of the things that makes the racing here so great is just how hammered down you can be around the top side of this racetrack. The turns sweeping and broad. That cushion gives you something to bounce that wheel off of and really drive off down the straightaway.
Yeah, fast racetrack all the way around. Track's been in good shape all night long. Times didn't fall off much in the modifieds. They were still running within about a half a second of the fastest qualifying time all night long in the modifieds. It's looking about the same here in this next level designs pro late models. Ruggiero, Fisher, Logan, and he's got Colton Davis sneaking right up on him again for that third and final transfer spot.
The battle to watch here is definitely Matt Logan and Colton Davis. Matt Logan, the East Coast suspension guru. You see ML Performance on a lot of race vehicles, real world and in iRacing, and that is his company. He's a real wizard when it comes to the suspensions of these race cars. But he's got his hands full with the pink lemonade machine. It's Colton Davis with a slide job.
Good move by Logan, and here comes Logan back to the inside of Davis. Oh, they make contact again, coming into turn number 3. That's going to maybe affect the finishing order here. Ruggiero, your winner. 2nd place, we go to Fisher. 3rd at the line. Looked like Logan got him.
Yeah, Logan nearly sideways, holds on to it down the front straightaway. Those two definitely doing a little beating and banging all the way around Knoxville. Good physical heat racing, but everybody kept it pointing forward for the most part as we look at your results for Heat 3.
John Ruggiero, your winner. Then Chris Fisher, 2nd. Matthew Logan in that 3rd and final transfer spot. Davis, Cox, Folds, Smith, Johnson, Quinn, and Gatsky rounding out the top 10. Matthew Logan in 3rd. Wesley. Wesley is also very familiar with Matthew Logan and crew.
Oh, yeah, I got to hang out with Matt Long last night, or actually this weekend at the Ohio Valley Speedway, I-77 for the UB Miners Memorial, broadcast on Speed 51. And Matthew Logan is, not a lot of people might not know this, but he is one of the dirt track preppers of the Charlotte dirt track, the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And, of course, he is a fan of a connoisseur of esports as well. So you'll be able to check him out probably in the Super Late Model event coming up. Don't forget, later on tonight, after we wrap up our coverage of the Next Level Design Pro Late Models, it will be action for the DirtFan.com Super Late Models. All coming up on Ultimate Dirt TV. It's time now for Heat Race number 3.
You'll be able to see that live on the front page of iRacing as well. So thanks for them for putting us on the front page of iRacing. Hayden Cardwell on the pole. And so we're still looking for clarification on how we got the race tonight.
I am still trying to find that out, actually,
Bobby
Chris.
Hans will start on the outside of the front row in the 9.
Rolling off 3rd position in the 11 machine for Speed Inc. $1 Million Motorsports. It's all his fault. It's Dustin Sizemore. Richie Yost of Indiana in the 29 rolls off 4th.
Row 3 on the inside, Noah Garner in the number 17 machine, and outside of him in the Team Outlaw Motorsports 510, Eddie Holden Jr. He'll start 6th.
Kevin Williamson of the Carolinas in the 20 entry rolls off in 7th. The inside of row number 4. Outside is Eric York in the 89.
Row number 5 on the inside, Cody Gatsky, the Banner Brothers number 60 machine. Outside of him, Cody Seberg in 357. He'll start 10th.
We are underway in this heat race. You can see him race down the front straightaway. This one's really Hayden Cardwell's to lose, I think, if he decides to, as he is definitely one of the most talented drivers in this field. But Dustin Sizemore is going to try to give him the what for, as they are all over each other. As we get a car sideways, I think unassisted, heading into 3 and 2 in the wall.
We've about wiped out the entire field here in just one lap, and that's going to allow Cardwell.
And gentlemen, I just found out, I just clarified with the World of Thunder officials, with Steve McMillian and BJ Duvall, that there was a ultimatum given to them. They were begging and pleading to please not be parked, that they will try to control their tempers and their virtual cars not becoming battering rams. And Hayden Cardwell and Jacob Fields have been reinstated. Jacob Fields, however, was unable to get into the server in time. He should be back for the Super Late Model programming here in just a bit. But back underway in Heat 4, Hayden Cardwell out in front.
Thank you, Wesley, for the clarification. We appreciate it.
And it shows how popular our World of Thunder is. You got to be right there when that server opens, so you're not going to get in. As you saw last week, Blake Majulis did not make the Super Late Model race. He didn't get in.
He did not. He was very upset about that, expressing his displeasure in the Discord for the program. It's a tough thing. You don't. It's almost impossible to run a weekly racing series with more than 60 entries over multiple servers. It's a handful, folks. But it's a double-edged sword when you can only have 60 guys in the server to race, and there's 1,400 guys that are eligible to get into the server on a given week. As Hayden Cardwell walking away with this one, Dustin Sizemore comfortably in second, Bobby Hansen third, and Richie Yost in fourth. Yost looks to the inside, hard slider, not enough to get around Hans though.
Yost had to hit the binders there to keep from feeding Hans a right rear. He's going to now try to slide job into turn number 3. He'll clear the front nose. Almost some contact. A little bit of contact made. Hans now into the back of Yost. Out of turn number 4. That's going to put Bobby Hans now to the outside looking in with just 2 laps to go.
Hans drives it in hard. I think got a little loose, broke traction there through 1 and 2 as he's going to lose some ground to Richie Yost. Hayden Cardwell again walking away with this one to no one's surprise. But Dustin Sizemore looking very strong in a second place run right now. He's definitely an underdog guy to watch. Said it earlier in the pre-race that he absolutely loves Knoxville. It's a great track for him. He's very comfortable here, and he's definitely showing that. As you can see, the gap between first and second is almost a full straightaway. Cardwell, again, on a Sunday evening stroll in this one.
Absolute domination from Hayden Cardwell. Picks up the win. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Sizemore in that second spot. Yost picking up that third and final transfer position. Here in Heat Race 4. Take a look at your full field rundown here in Heat Race number 4. It was your winner, Hayden Cardwell. Dustin Sizemore second, and Richie Yost in that third and final transfer spot. Hans, Williamson, Gardner, York, Gatsky, Holden, and Sieber rounding out the field.
So Cardwell, Sizemore, and Yost transferring into the A-Main coming up here later on tonight for the next level design Pro Late Models and Ultimate Dirt TV. And I got to give props to Dustin Sizemore. Had some struggling issues in the A-Main for the modified event you just saw earlier this evening, and I was able to turn it back around and have a good finish here in heat number 4 to transfer into the show. Heat number 5 ready to go. Let's get the starting lineup.
On the pole, we're going to see David Heilemann in number 24 machine. Outside of him, Alex Big Bucks Bergeron, and out of Canada in the number 38, he'll start second.
The Texas Rattlesnake, Carter Batterby, rolls off third in the 53. Alan Bergen in the 43 to his outside, position 4.
Row number 3 on the inside, Colton Truly in the number 615 machine, and outside of him, Eric Eichstadt in number 26 coming to us out of Minnesota. He'll start 6th.
Inside of row number 4 is the Team Outlaw Motorsport number 41 of Anthony Hansen. Alex Good to the outside of row 4, 8th position in the 47.
Row 5 on the inside, Eric Winstad in the 115, and outside him, Trey Murphy in 51. Wesley, our host Wesley Allen. Tell you what, we got an absolute stout front row of this one, Heilemann and Bergeron.
A talented field ready to go here for David Heilemann and Alex Bergeron. Ready to go. As they're ready to go here, we're just getting some statistics from also our producer in the background, Brett Willer. And watch these drivers, a good field. Van Bergen, also another one, the guy from Texas, Batterby, that Zach was referring to. Good field, good lineup. We're only taking 3, though, as we're getting ready to come to the green flag down the back straightaway this time by. By the way, don't forget World of Thunder on LSR TV tomorrow night, the Monday Night Cup Series. Also on Wednesday night, the Mimi's Makings in Motion, World of Thunder on Wednesday night, 10:45 Eastern, with coverage of the 87 Cup stock cars here from Knoxville. We're coming to green.
All right, a pair of world champions lead them down the front straightaway. David Heilemann into turn number 1. Alex Bergeron in turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Carter Batterby in that old school Earl Pearson Jr. Lucas Oil machine. That brings back some memories. In that number 1 machine, out of turn number, contact in the back. Eric Eichstadt goes around. Stay, and we're going to go yellow. Caution is out.
We are yellow.
5, yep.
Yeah, two world champion sprint car drivers on the front row of a late model heat at Knoxville. Just sounds like a joke. Like, it just sounds like you just pile up all kinds of adjectives. You know,
So and might I add, I've had the privilege to announce a lot of those sprint car races, midget races with Brett Willer, and they are pretty damn good ones, too. They are talented drivers for sure.
No, they're fantastic. It's just you don't think that it's a big adjustment. You don't realize just how different those cars are until you actually sit down and watch a sprint car race.
And imagine what it's like. Imagine what it's like, guys, when you actually run all 4 on Sunday nights. You run the modifieds, you run the pro late model, then you run a super late model, which is more powerful than the pro late model. You go from like 550 horsepower to like 900 horsepower, and then you go to 1,000 horsepower in a 410 wing sprint car. So yeah, you got to be able to adapt very quickly.
But
950, 915 horsepower in those wing sprint cars. That's still hauling the mail.
Yeah, taking it down the street in a hurry. You see Alex Bergeron and David Heilman, again, both world champion sprint car drivers, two of the best in all of iRacing on the front row of a late model heat. We've seen some strong showings out of Heilman over the last couple of weeks. He was great at Kokomo, had another good run at Fairbury last week. Of course, Alex Bergeron, Chris calls him Big Bucks, the World of Outlaws iRacing world champion. That's a $10,000 payday, and iRacing is a full-time job for Mr. Bergeron.
And remember, guys, you've also got Trent Ivey in the field coming up here in a little bit. He also was the inaugural winner of the World of Outlaw iRacing Series esports program on Fox Sports 1 back during May.
That's right. Para World Champions, Alex Bergeron, defending 410 wing sprint car champion, won it twice. Heilemann, non-wing world champion on iRacing. So they are they're great in the sprint cars, and now they're showing how good they are here in the full-body fender late model division. As they roll out of turn number 1 and 2 down the bank straightaway is Heilemann and Bergeron. Batterby, here comes Trulien out of the inside of that 615 machine. Going to try to slide Batterby into turn number 3 and 4. He'll take that third spot out of 4, but here comes Batterby. Now back to the inside.
Yeah, it looked like Trulien broke traction just a little bit there in 3 and 4. Had to get on the brakes and straighten the car out a little bit, and that slowed him down. They are side by side for third, and that's maybe the battle to watch. And Alex Bergeron is looking for something, just a little bit of racing room around David Heilman. Heilman is running this track very well. He's very smooth around the high side, looking very comfortable as he leads another lap as we are pushing halfway.
Now the turn number 1 and 2 past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and the Clausen Tower down the back straightaway. Long backstretch grandstands. Bergeron now going to throw a slider on Heilemann into turn number 3 and 4. Heilemann going to try to duck back under down the front straightaway. It's going to be Heilemann leading by about a half a car length. Bergeron.
Heilemann gets a great run on that cut down line. You see Bergeron do the same through 1 and 2. They're going to be side by side. Bergeron pulls even down the back straightaway past the Knoxville Raceway logo on the wall, and he slides to the inside and up the racetrack on Heilemann. Heilemann crosses over. This is the kind of side-by-side racing that Knoxville Speedway is known for, and you're seeing a great example of it here as Heilemann leads again.
Batterby trying to find a way to catch up to both of them as they run down the back straightaway to turn number 3 and 4. Bergeron back on the bottom of the racetrack. There'll be 2 laps to go coming up as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be another drag race to the line here as Trulien back there blinking himself in and out.
Heilemann ducks in behind Bergeron. He's going to wait like a viper hidden in the leaves trying to find his opportunity to pass the 2-time world champion. He looks to the inside of him in 3 and 4. He slides hard up the racetrack. Bergeron cuts down that crossover line, the cut down line, as a lot of these guys call it, is very fast. It's going to make slide jobs really hard as we are under the white flag.
Out of turn 4, going to be a drag race to the checkers. Bergeron to the inside. He will take the win. Nope, not yet. Coming out of turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Bergeron going to end up picking up the win. I called it. It's all right. Heilemann second. And Batterby coming home in that third spot. A great heat race there, guys. Coming here in heat race number 5. Great racing here in the Next Level Designs Pro Late Models. Take a look at the field rundown. It was your winner, Alex Bergeron. David Heilemann second. Batterby third. Trulien, Eichstadt, Bergen, Good, Hansen, Weinstadt, and Murphy. Rounding out the Wesley. Another classic there.
A couple of good top aces of World iRacing Championship caliber drivers of Bergeron and Heilemann transferring into the A-Main, along with Batterby from the Lone Star State of Texas. As we roll along into Heat 5 complete, we now have 15 drivers locked in. We have one more heat race left to go. It's about to go down. The modified winner of earlier tonight with an upset win on Ultimate Dirt TV is going to be the man on the pole as we get ready for heat race number 6. And there's the guy I was referring to earlier, the little head knocker, Chris Nunn, Trent Ivey.
That's right. Evan Seeger, pole setter, Victory Lane Racing number 33. Outside of him, little head knocker, it's Trent Ivey, number 88. He'll start second.
Zach McSwain, your points leader in the Next Level Designs Pro Late Models in the 25 out of the Carolinas, rolls off third. To his outside, it's Kid Rocket, Richard Murtaugh Jr. out of New York in the 33.
Row number 3 on the inside, it is Jason Shook in the number 5 machine. Outside of him, John Lobb in the New York in the number 28 machine.
Josh Taylor will roll off 7th in the 66. To his outside, row 4, position number 8, Justin Pruitt in the 21.
And row number 5 on the inside, Jeffrey Baum in the 99 machine. And outside of him, we will see Jaden Krause in the number 40. Now, Justin Pruitt, we heard this before the broadcast started. He is racing with a broken leg tonight, so we're going to see how that adversely affects his car.
It's honestly going to be a little more difficult for him, I think, than here than it would be some places later in the evening. As you can see, the track starting to take a little rubber. It's not going to be as hammered down as it was early on as the pace truck pulls in and we are headed to the green flag.
All right. Underway. Here comes Evan C. out front in the number 35 machine. It says 33 on the thing, but as me and Wesley were talking about earlier, the number doesn't match the driver. It's Evan C. in that number 35 car. 3 wide, almost out of turn number 4. A little bit of contact. McSwain and Ivy now trying to duke it out for that second spot. Ivy on the top side in the 88, and McSwain in the middle in that number 25. Here comes Murtaugh.
Murtaugh looks to the inside through 1 and 2 as they pass the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. They are 3 wide down the back straightaway. And Knoxville is a tricky place to go 3 wide. It's a big, wide track, but if you get on the gas a little too hard or you don't get off early enough, as we are under yellow, you're going to push up the racetrack just a little bit.
Definitely. You get down there too low into that berm. Wicked cushion instant replay here. So let's take a look at exactly what happened, bringing out the caution. Taking a look at Josh Taylor right there. Caught up and then got collected coming out of turn number 2. So a couple cars going around. Caution is out here in heat race 6.
Still a long way to go. Oh, my goodness. Up over the berm and into the metal barrier there as he backed the tail of the car up there. And again, replays presented by Wicked Cushion. Gentlemen, look at that number 88 machine. You see that car? Let's zoom in on that 88 there, Mr. Brett Wheeler. Look at that. The same design, the same wrap, if you will, on his Longhorn Super Late model in reality. Nice looking ride there.
It really is a very sharp ride.
Longhorn race cars for Trent Ivy.
Second generation driver to one of the greats of motorsports, the head knocker, Petey Ivy. Pete Ivy had some great success, not only also running with Davenport and Rumley Racing, but also for the Beaver Bell Bonds group, the Beaver family, Amanda Beaver. And again, now father has stepped out of the car, now crew chiefing, now mechanicking, helping his son build his legacy up in the world of reality racing, supers and pros. He's also one of the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway for some big pro late model events, and he's also won some big esports shows. Like I mentioned earlier, he won it the big show at Charlotte whenever the World of Outlaws were featured on FS1. So keep an eye on him. He's right there in the catbird seat for 4th as we come back to green.
All right, we are on board right now with Trent Ivy as we go down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Going to take a look at exactly what Trent Ivy sees as C slides up underneath McSwain. See him sawing at that wheel there coming out of turn number 2. We'll take a look at exactly how they finesse these cars. 4 wide, how about it, coming out of turn 4.
Oh, that's what you want to see at Knoxville. Big wide racing service, but you got to have the throttle control and the setup. And this fixed setup race, that can be hard to drive with the kind of precision because you're trying to adapt your style to what you're given. As you see Evan C. get a hard run on the cut-down line, taps the nose of Trent Ivy just a little. Everybody holds together. C to the inside hard into turn 3 and 4 over there under the video board. This is a great race for the lead. It looks like it's going to go to McSwain as we cross off lap number 5.
Look out, contact. Ivy goes sideways after looks like C got a little sideways and Murtaugh got sideways into Ivy. Ivy lost out on that deal. He's got a few laps to go to catch up now to get back. Now he almost got put in the wall again by John Lobb out of turn number 3 and 4. Ivy getting his head knocked.
Yeah, Ivy's the only guy getting rained on right now, Chris, as he slides up the racetrack in front of Lobb, but Lobb crosses under and holds onto the spot. It's Evan C. and Zach McSwain in a dead heat up front. They are all but Evan C. looks like he's trying to park on top of Zach McSwain's door panel. They could not be any closer together through the corners, but C not really looking to the inside, trying to force McSwain to make a mistake as C gets into the wall. That lets Richard Murtaugh back in. Kid Rocket closes the gap in 3rd, looking to maybe steal a heat race win here in the Next Level Designs Pro Lates.
Out of turn number 4, top 3 cars running nose to tail down the front straightaway. White flag is out. Evan C. slide job engaged into turn number 1. Here comes McSwain, now back to the inside. They'll run door to door down the back straightaway. Almost a little bit of contact. You could fit a piece of paper between them. Maybe, as they roll out of turn number 4. Murtaugh back to the inside. McSwain out of turn 4. He's going to be your winner. Evan C. second, and Murtaugh ends up getting that 4th or 3rd position. Looks like Lob ended up getting around Ivy for 4th.
Yeah, looks like Lob is going to hold on to 4th place. All the drivers from 4th on back will go to the B main. We'll give you the full results here in just a second, as soon as they appear on screen. And then we'll get into our consolation races. It's Zach McSwain taking the win in heat number 6. Evan C. and Richard Murtaugh will go on to the A main. Later on tonight, John Lobb, Trent Ivy, Josh Taylor, Jeff Baum, Justin Pruitt with a broken leg, Jaden Krause, and Jason Shook will head to the consolation races coming up here in just a moment.
Man,
trying to fight for those last few A main spots.
What a tough run for Ivy currently up there in the transfer spot, and end up getting shuffled back. You know, some days you're the dog, some days you're the hydrant, and right now it looked like Ivy was the hydrant in that one.
Certainly was.
Got comments coming in. Thank you so much to Danny Hoban for tuning in. Your son, Rich Murtaugh, just got done racing a few moments ago in the B main. Coming up action for B main 1 in a moment, but he could not transfer in from heat 6. Rich Murtaugh, James Frazier, Patricia Payne enjoying the broadcast as always, saying let's go Mama Heights. And again, we appreciate you so much for checking us out. Like, shares, hearts, follows everywhere at Ultimate Dirt TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and the World of Thunder iRacing League, again presented by Mimi's Makings and Motions. B-Main number 1 of 3. That's our last chance qualifier is about to go down. Top 2 transfer. Everyone else is done for their night, and they'll prepare for the super late models coming up next from Knoxville, presented by DirtFan.com. But for right now, we will have a star-studded pack of a dozen fighting for 2 spots in last chance race number 1. Now, it'll say on the upper left, D main, C main, B main. We're not doing the alphabet soup. This is last chance race number 1. They will get a quick warm-up session, Chris and Zach, before we drop the green flag, but let's give them the starting lineup. It's going to be a talented one.
All right, so you know what else we like? You know what else we like besides likes and shares? We like stars. That's right.
Stars.
And a big thank you to Jerry Barnett for sending us some stars. So big thank you to him. Gotta love it. Thanks for supporting our broadcasts.
We are under a green flag condition here. You see 5 extra laps added. We take 3 laps to warm the track up after a track reset after the heat races. And what that does, fans, is lets us here at World of Thunder bring you the best possible racing product. It stops the track from slicking over, keeps things a little racier as the night goes on into the through the B mains and into the A mains.
So, gentlemen, what do you think of the heat races so far we saw tonight?
We've had some very, very good racing in the heat races. A lot of close finishes, a lot of photo finishes, some beating and banging for transfer spots. It's everything you want in heat race action here.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons the heat racing format. Look, if I got to pick, Wesley, we talked a little bit earlier about how I'm not a big NASCAR guy just because I don't love the format. If I got to pick, a NASCAR race would be qualify, run 4 heat races, and then a 100-lap sprint. They would take the dirt racing format and do it in cup cars. And you get about the same amount of mileage that you're putting on a race car, and it's a better product for the fans. I think the heat racing format is the most exciting thing for the fans. I think it's good for the drivers. I think it gives you a chance to get new guys in there. And we've seen a lot of new faces in the pro lates here tonight, having some success. We get ready for this B main. It's Brett Rouse up front on the pole. He's going to be leading them to green here off of turn 4.
Hey, Zach,
I still like the whole idea that Chris said about just letting all 57 cars take the green flag at one time.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Zach, you know who likes 100-lap features? Brett Wheeler. He loves 100-lap features.
Yes.
He's a big 100-lap guy, that Brett Wheeler.
Not getting dirty for 30 anymore. That was my best Brett Wheeler. Okay, we're coming to green. I'm sorry, Brett. Let's get this started. B-Main number 1 coming up.
All right.
Any chance I can give Brett a heck about a 100-lap feature, I will take that. I love it. But no, 100-lap features, I like them on little short tracks, like Brownstown, Jackson 100. I love the Jackson 100. One of my
East
favorite
Bay.
races.
East Bay.
Jackson 100 and the North-South are the 2 best 100-lap races they do anywhere. You put that on my tombstone. That's how much.
And speaking of the North-South 100, it is this weekend coming up on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Florence, Kentucky.
Oh, Wesley, I'm headed to the butcher shop to get my meat for smoking Saturday. I'm going to have the pay-per-view queued up. Cold beer in my hand. We are underway from Knoxville. It's Brett Rouse. Great start off turn 4 there. Bobby Hahn's going to file in second. Car single file around the bottom, almost behaving themselves in a B main. Chris, this is out of character. Brett Rouse looking comfortable leading the way as they dive into turn 3.
Hey, Chris, Zach, you forgot one thing, though. You forgot to mention you're going to cook lasagna.
Oh, no, this is Saturday. This is a Saturday afternoon. It's a grill day. There's no lasagnas involved.
And how to turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Brett Rolls, Bobby Hans right now sitting in first and second as we roll out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Here they come.
You know, I love, Chris, that I give the whole spiel about how resetting the track and then doing the warm-up makes it racier. And then it looks like we've got out our train tickets and stood on the platform. It's a little bit of a freight train race here. Everybody running the bottom, behaving themselves all the way here around Knoxville. It's Brett Rolls comfortably out front. Little gap back to Bobby Hans, and then a little gap back to Noah Garner. I would say that the best race you might be looking at here is Garner and Williamson now side by side for third.
Got a slight correction to make. That is not Bobby Hans in the 9. That is Jennifer driving the 9. It says Bobby, but that is actually Jennifer driving it. So the Queen of Dirt, Mama, Mimi's making some motion right there in that second spot. Jennifer Hans in the 9, not Bobby.
Well, I appreciate that correction. You see her putting on a great show, starting to reel in Rolls just a little bit. She's got 5 laps left to do it. But meanwhile, those two checking out again as they're side by side for third with Garner and Williamson. Eric York looking to throw his name into that hat. Maybe win a door prize, maybe get into the A main.
Side by side for that third spot, Williamson and Garner. Eric York sitting back there in that 5th spot, but the top 2 is what we're looking for right now. Down that back straightaway into turn number 3, it is still Williamson, the nose ahead of Garner. Now to turn 4. Those top 2 cars absolutely pulling away from, I like the sponsor on the front of that Kevin Williamson machine. You see that? Dunder Mifflin.
Dunder Mifflin out of Scranton, Pennsylvania, backing hard the 20 entry Kevin Williamson. That is a Ford Fusion, I believe, as well. Way out in front in the Dunder Mifflin Paper Company sedan, looking very strong in third place. But again, way out in front, Brett Rowles and Jennifer Hans walking away with those 2 transfer spots in this one.
Rolls and Hans, first and second. Rolls got about probably 10 or 12 car lengths. We are on board with Jennifer Hans as we watch her saw the wheel. Turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 2 laps to go as they come down the front straightaway here at Knoxville Raceway here in Knoxville, Iowa. As like I said, we're not in heaven. We're in Iowa.
Hans gets up on the berm a little bit there on the exit. That's going to help Brett Rowles and maybe help Kevin Williamson close the gap. She's looking very smooth as you look over her shoulder here. Sometimes, especially the smaller tracks, you see these guys really saw the wheel back and forth to get the car to turn as we cross under the white flag. Hans really drives it in, counter steers back, and then pretty well holds it and just kind of slowly works out of that right turn. You got to turn right to go left in these dirt cars. If you didn't watch Cars 2, you've really missed out on a vital learning experience.
Got to turn right to go left. That's exactly right. Here they come. Your winner Rolls. Second place and final transfer spot. Got to go to Jennifer Hans. She is in the show here at the Next Level Designs Pro Late Model Main Event. She's coming in. She's in the show. Take a look at your rundown for B main number 1 here at Knoxville. Rolls and Hans, your top 2. Then is Williamson, Garner, York, Gadsky, Schaefer, Holden, Butts, Mosley, Johnsrud, Mikulski, LaPointe, and Sieber all transferring to the trailer and trying again next week.
How about it for Mama Hans? She transfers in from Mimi's Makings in Motion. Jennifer Hans in the A main. Along with that driver, Brett Rolls from the volunteer state of Tennessee. Hey, big thanks also to Rich Murtaugh. Just a moment ago, 4-week streak in a row, 100 stars towards our broadcast. Thank you, gentlemen. B-Main 2 is on track. Let's give them the lineup.
On the pole, Blake Cannon, 35, and outside of him, Colton Truly in that number 615. He'll start second.
The 96 entry of Matt Dixon rolling off the inside of row number 2. Eric Eichstadt, the 26, rolls off 4th.
Row 3 on the inside, Kyle Moyer from Ohio. He'll start 11th. Outside of him, Alan Bergen in the 43 machine. He'll start 6th.
The California entry, number 59, Wyatt Brown, 7th. Alex Good, the 47, goes the outside of row number 4.
Row number 5, Brent New on the inside. He'll start 9th. Outside of him, Anthony Hansen in 41. He'll start 10th.
And it's Riley Emig in the 12 for Goon Squad Racing, rolling off 11th. Eric Winstad of Texas in the 115 goes 12th.
Starting 13th, Jalen Fairchild in the 19. Outside of him, Trey Murphy in that 51 machine. Second B main coming up, about to take another 2 cars into tonight's main event.
What a field of drivers we have for sure. This will lock up positions number 21 and 22 for the A main. And again, we appreciate all the comments coming in. Thank you so much. Alan Bergen says UMP Summer Nationals at I-55 in Peevely, Missouri this Saturday. Adrian Swan says, "Let's go, Mama Hans." Well, guess what, Adrian? She made it into the show. I know it said Bobby Hans, but it's actually Jennifer. She is in the show. Patricia Payne showing love also to Jennifer Hans, Mama Hans, and she said, and I quote, "She is badass." I said that is her quote, not mine. But a good job, her, as the lady will make it into the A main. B main number 2 forthcoming, gentlemen. After a quick warm-up session to get the track reworked in, ready to go. Mimis, Makins in motion. World of Thunder Sunday. For Chris Nunn, Mr. Zach Newton on production, Brett Wheeler. I'm Wesley Outland, your host, as we get ready for, again, this second opportunity for these drivers of 14 to make it into 2 spots into the A-Main. And don't forget, coming up later on tonight, also coverage of the DirtFan.com Super Late Models of Knoxville, and we'll round out the night with the Loud Pedal production, 410 Sprint Cars, Ultimate Dirt TV at UDTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and put in the World of Thunder iRacing League on Facebook. Give us a like, share, a follow, hearts and stars and comments and more. We love to interact with our audience, as always, every Sunday night, Brett Wheeler. Chris Nunn, back to you.
Brett. Yeah, Brett's usually on the mic
Me and
tonight.
Brett do a lot of broadcasts at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
Australia, U.S. time, Australia time for him. So, do what?
That boggles my mind, you getting up that early to do a broadcast.
He pays me well.
Yeah, I cannot fathom. I love all you guys. I do. Wes, I've only been acquainted with you for a short time. I love all you guys. Brett, there's a 0% chance you're going to get me out of bed at 6 o'clock to call anything. And if you ask, I'm going to talk to you like an Australian. There's going to be a lot of words that I can't say on this broadcast. As we get ready, you see the field lining up double file there in turn number 3 coming around to get 1 to go to the green. It's Blake Cannon on the pole. And Cannon had to start at the back of his heat race, kind of making himself, kind of adding extra work here. Probably an argument that he gives him more laps on the track to get ready for tomorrow night.
Yep, Eric Eichstadt from the state of Minnesota, the Gopher
Don't feel
State.
bad. I can't get the name right either, Zach.
I'm half asleep. I don't talk about
Eichstadt. Yeah.
Eichstadt. There we go. All right.
Kind of like
Blake
Brett
Cannon.
Wheeler's teammate Stanky a couple of weeks ago.
Blake Cannon up front, leading them to the green.
Now to turn number 4, green flag is out here in B main. Number 2, Blake Cannon immediately shoots out to the lead down the back straightaway. Colton Truly in that second spot. Matt Dixon in third down the back straightaway. Battle shaping up for 5th between Eichstadt and Moyer.
Had a car go around in turn 1. He's already cleared the racetrack. Back in the pits is the 19 of Jalen Fairchild. He and Brent New make contact. New goes to the back of the field, loses some positions. It's all Blake Cannon out front, as
Caution,
we kind of
yellow.
expected it would be, but we are under yellow. Let's go to our Wicked Cushion instant replay and see what happened.
Caution out for the first time here in B main at number 2. As we will take a look, a lot of beating and banging going on there. Pack Alan Bergen. We'll take a look at his car right there. Hard hit, and he rolls on his top down the front straightaway. Almost made it to turn 1 on his lid.
Yeah, you want to stay off your hat here in
I'm
these
gonna give
dirt
him-
late models.
I want to give him an 8.5 on form there on the slide.
Did he stick the dismount? Becomes the question for me. That's
why he got the 8.5. He didn't quite stick it.
yeah. Well, and there you go.
Blake Cannon, Colton Truly, currently sitting first and second right now here in this second B main event. Tell you what, a lot of real world racing news out there. The Hoosier 100's back. We talked about that last race. The Hoosier 100 is back at the Indiana State Fairgrounds in August the 23rd. That made me so happy because I didn't want to see it end.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people are looking forward to that. That was a special event. I know when USAC announced last year that they were calling it as being the last time they'd ever run it again. I know there was a lot of people that was depressed when they made that announcement, Chris, and I also know that there were a lot of people that were on the board, as well as not only in the USAC organization, saying, hey, guys, wait, we got to try to find a way to pull this together. We got to try to find a way to do things well. With the craziness that's going on in our country and our world with the coronavirus and, you know, with all the things that are going on, some tracks open, some tracks not. Series done for the years, you know, some doing as best as they can to thrive and do what they can. yes, I'm so excited that they are bringing that race back to Indiana. I think it's going to be really, really cool.
August the 23rd, we'll be here on I believe we'll be here. I think that'll be our last night of racing, if I read the schedule correctly.
Yeah, there is a hiatus coming up, a little break in the action here at World of Thunder, but we will always be back in stronger than ever as we come to the green flag. Blake Cannon leading the field. Colton Truly, Matt Dixon, Eric Eichstadt runs fourth. We've got a battle there for second. Now third. They're side by side. We've got contact. We've got a car sideways. And we'll have to see if the caution comes out. Looks like we may stay green. It's Blake Cannon out front.
Now to turn number 3 and 4 they go. Blake Cannon, Colton Truly still in that second spot. Dixon and Moyer third and fourth. Alex Good. And we're not used to seeing Brent New running mid-pack in a B main, but he's sitting sixth right now.
Yeah, Brent New working his way up. He had some early race trouble. Did not have a good starting spot in this B main and has had to earn it. Much like Cannon did in his heat race. Cannon, of course, came up short. Now he's here leading this B main. But yeah, Brent New coming from the back. He's got his hands full with the 86 machine of Alex Good there. Meanwhile, out front, it's all Blake Cannon. That second transfer spot, Colton Truly holding it down right now, but Matt Dixon doing his best to make him uncomfortable.
Down the front straightaway, Dixon and that 96 still trying to hold off that number 11 machine of Kyle Moyer. Laps are clicking down. Moyer looked to the inside there a little bit, trying to put those left wheels over the berm. Now got to make a move. Back of that car. Big Dixon, number 96. It's Dixon. And that Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center, number 96 machine. That's a black diamond chassis for that car.
Yeah, Dixon looking very strong here, but he's got to get one more spot. He's got to tick off one more spot, get into second place, get that final transfer. He's looking for some racing room around the bottom of Colton Truly. He's not finding any, though. Blake Cannon on a Sunday evening stroll, much like Hayden Cardwell in his earlier heat race. He is walking away with this B main, but the battle is on for the second and final transfer spot.
Saw someone go sideways there in the back. Now, of course, I was seeing things down front straightaway. Blake Cannon trying to pull away. Truly, Dixon and Moyer still running back there. We're going to get the white flag coming out this time by as we flash past the National Sprinter Hall of Fame Museum.
Moyer looked like he was going to shoot a shot there for third, maybe slow Dixon down just a little bit. If that helps anybody, it's definitely Colton Truly, who's in sole possession of second place as we come down. Looks like the back straightaway there. We're on the white flag lap here, and we've got a battle here. Some contact there for second and third.
Yeah, Dixon made a little contact back there. Here comes Moyer to the inside, but out of turn number 4. Cannon takes the win. This B main number 2.
So there you go. B main number 2 has wrapped up. Let's take a look at the results here from virtual Knoxville. Blake Cannon and Colton Truly will travel into the A main later tonight for Moyer, Dixon, Good, New Ekstadt, Brown, Hansen, Bergen, Fairchild, Emig, Winstad, and Murphy. Their night will come to an end, at least for the Next Level Design Pro Late Model Division here. Hey, Mr. Rich Murtaugh put up 100 stars 4 weeks in a row. Well, guess who decided to return the favor? 3-week streak now. Danny Homan, 200 stars. Again, like, comment, share, follow. Stars are welcome. If you want to put a donation into the link description, click on the PayPal link. It'll go towards making our broadcast better on Ultimate Dirt TV. One more preliminary remains, and then the field will be set. This is for row number 12. Chris and Zach back for the lineup.
And on the pole, we'll see Colton Davis in the 8 machine. Outside of him, John Lobb in 28. He'll start second.
Chris Cox in the 515 for Death Dealer Motorsports rolling off third. Outside him, former world champion, little head knocker, Trent Ivey, 4th place out of the Carolinas.
Row number 3 on the inside, Tanner Foles in the 15 machine. Outside of him, Josh Taylor in 66. He'll start 6th.
Timothy S. Smith in the 48. The S is for smooth. In 7th, Jeffrey Baum in the 99. Rolls off 8th.
Row number 5 on the inside, he's back in black. Brian Johnson in the 121. Outside of him, Justin Pruitt in 21.
Nick Quinn in the 007 machine rolls off 11th. Jaden Krause in the 4 out of the Mid-South rolls off 12th.
And row number 7 on the inside, Will Gatsky in the 70, and outside him, Jason Shook in 5. Zach, don't know if you were listening during the first broadcast. We were, doing the whole AC/DC talk. 3 lead singers in AC/DC. Can you name all 3 of them?
Oh, God. Yeah, it's Bon Scott, Brian Johnson, and Axl Rose.
You
That's
cheated.
right.
You watched the first broadcast. That's
I
me
did.
doing that.
I didn't. I was actually playing Magic the Gathering during the first broadcast. I had it on my phone, but it was muted. I had company.
I got you.
Yeah, according to Wesley, that is Axl Rose from Van Halen.
Oof. Oh,
No,
Wes.
it's Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses. I know what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I said every roast has his story, and I was referring to the guy on the track having problems, and he's like, "That's actually poison."
That's poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get to my 80s hair bands, I start to put a wall up.
Oh man,
Hey,
yeah. You're barking up. Look, I'm only 30. I was born in 1990, but you want to talk classic rock? You're barking up my tree.
Hey, guys.
I'm a music guy. There's a drum kit behind me. I got a closet full of guitars. Like we do that.
Hey guys,
Later.
we're about to go round and round.
That's rat.
That's rat, baby.
Yes.
That's a banger. Oh man, just a full-fledged bop, Round and Round by Rat. I think it's probably my second or third favorite like hair metal tune.
I know that they kick us off of our broadcast on Facebook if we play solicited music. Will they kick us off if we talk about solicited music?
No, I can't imagine. And technically, I think you get like 15 seconds before it's a copyright violation. So
I just
think
protest. I just tell them to put my dang broadcast feed back on there. I mean, I give them my FCC license number, and we're all good.
Well, Wesley, not all of us have FCC license numbers just laying around.
Yeah,
we don't.
that's
we
true.
don't all have access to those.
Chris had to at one time. Chris worked in the radio business. Chris, didn't you have a Federal Communications Commission license?
Yeah.
There you go. See?
I worked in the radio business, but I didn't have. I don't think I did. I think I.
Yeah,
just-
mine expires in a month, actually.
Yeah. Like you get one, and it lasts like 2 years, so you have to constantly go back and renew it. So, but
Well, if I
yeah.
did get one, nobody ever told me. That was the state of my radio employment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The warm-up is done. This is the last preliminary here on Ultimate Dirt TV to set the field for the next level design Pro Late models. They are nestled, ready to come to the green, tighter than a lid on a pickle jar. It's time for 10 laps, ready for the start. Chris and Zach on the call out of 4.
All right, get set to go. Oh, my. That start right there was not a good one. As the pink lemonade machine of Colton Davis takes the lead out of turn number 1 and 2. Chris Cox in second. Lob, Folds, and Ivy rounding out the top 5.
Barney, the iRacing flagman, the most lenient flagman in the United States of America with some of these restarts. I talk about it, I think, at least once a broadcast, every single broadcast. Colton Davis, the benefactor of that one. It's Chris Cox running second. Lob, Ivy, and Folds in a knot back there for 5th. You see guys hitting the berm, bouncing around. Folds is loose. He's in the back of the Ivy, into the back of Ivy. They're going to hold on, but it's an absolute train wreck on back in the field.
Out of turn number 3 and 4 they come. I'm keeping an eye on Trent Ivy. You don't see him running B mains too often. He currently sits 4th in this one to roll down the front straightaway as he's trying to make something happen on the bottom of the racetrack. Hooked that berm a little bit, shoved him up the racetrack just a tick.
Yeah, you see the race car bouncing through 1 and 2. That's the opposite of what you want to have happen in turn 1 and 2. You're going to break your traction. You're going to lose speed doing that. And you're going to let the guys in front of you pull away. John Lobb looking very fast. Chris Cox looking nice in second. It's all Colton Davis out front. The car is loud, proud, pink, and yellow out in front. And he has looked very fast tonight. Coming up just short in his heat race. You see Ivy dive to the inside of Lobb. Slide job on the way.
Good move there by Trent Ivy to get around John Lobb. Lobb going to go to the bottom of the racetrack now to try to get back around Ivy. Ivy in the middle of the racetrack. They've got to catch up to Chris Cox. Only the top 2 go to the feature. And they currently sit 5-6 car lengths behind him.
Lobb drove it in real deep in turn 1 and 2. Oh, he straightens out. Straight lines, Trent Ivy. They're both in the wall. That's going to let Ryan Johnson. Oh, it's bedlam in turn 4. We are under yellow.
Wow, we got him riding the wall all the way down the front straightaway as the 28 machine. We'll go to our Week of the Cushion instant replay here and take a look at exactly what just happened here to bring out the caution.
Well, a whole lot happened here to bring out the caution. You've got Ivy and Lobb there. They get tangled up. You collect another car, then Lobb and Brian Johnson. Talk about going balls to the wall. Brian Johnson goes right in down the front straightaway, and I believe that's be wrong. It's either a Smith or a Feeble grind. I get them confused down the front stretch wall there. But yeah,
Lobb,
you can see,
Lobb hit that berm on the inside.
No, 50-50, you'd have to have both axles on, Brett. That's the even. That's the even one. The feeble, you hang one off, and depending on if it's the front or the back, it's a feeble or a Smith. If anybody skateboards in the comments, please let me know. I know it's one of them. I bet you $1. As you see, the 66 machine collects Trent Ivy there hard in the wall. And then there's even more bedlam down the front straightaway just outside of our camera view here.
We have all kinds of references here in Ultimate Dirt TV and World of Thunder. We have lasagna. We have skateboarding references. We got music references. We got all kinds of stuff here.
It's a really pop cultural friendly broadcast. As you see again, there's Brian Johnson and Locke collecting each other down the front straightaway. Yeah, just a real bevy of cultural influences coming together on World of Thunder Sunday.
It's another reason to watch us here on World of Thunder.
Just come on and listen to the money talk, gentlemen.
Ooh, that is an AC/DC song.
That is an AC/DC.
That's right.
That is. You did good, Wesley. We're all very proud of you.
Hey, you shook me all night long.
I did no such thing.
We are Wesley's
unless you mean grab you by the shoulders and just let you have it. As we're back underway with Colton Davis here in front. Trent Ivy in second, looking to the inside of Chris Cox. Tanner Folds in fourth. Brian Johnson, Timothy Smith back in fifth and sixth. They are nearly 3 wide for the final transfer spot. It belongs to Trent Ivy as they head through 3 and 4.
North Carolina is saying that for sure. Definitely this morning. We had a 5.1 magnitude earthquake in the Carolinas, Virginia. First time we've ever had one of that magnitude since 1916. Nobody got hurt, though.
Speaking of being shook all night long, there you go. Earthquakes, all kinds of goodies. Davis, Folds, Cox, Ivy, Smith back there. John Lobb 6th, Nick Quinn, Brian Johnson was looking to shoot the thrill there for a second, but he's falling back.
Yeah, Tanner Folds, though, looking very strong. He's got that second spot, starts to put a little gap between Ivy, Cox, and himself. This is a good race for him. It's all Colton Davis out front. The good race here is going to be for second, third, and fourth. As those 4 guys, you could put a blanket over the guys fighting for that last transfer spot.
You missed my AC/DC reference there. They'll shoot the thrill.
Oh, no,
I caught it. I caught it.
Some of us are working, you guys.
Al, Brian Johnson's out of this one. It's a long way to the top for him now.
I'm hanging it up. Oh, no.
White flag is out.
Our producer is now making AC/DC puns. Colton Davis comfortably out in front in this one in the 27 machine. He's going to walk into the A main. He should roll off 23rd. 24th, though, slightly different matter. It looks like it's going to be Tanner Folds. Chris Cox not quite close enough to do anything, and that is how they finish. You see Bedlam on back in the field. But not going to matter. We were under the checkered flag. It is Colton Davis and Tanner Folds moving on to those last 2 spots in the A main here in Knoxville.
Man, it's not often you see Trent Ivy missing a feature.
And that is the way it goes. What a tough break there for Trent Ivy. You're exactly right, Chris. Man, I feel bad for him. Disappointment for sure. Definitely when they were trying so hard to make it. Well, all the preliminaries are done. It's time now for the main event. But before we do that, let's pause, reflect of the greatest country in the world after we look at the results. Colton Davis and Tanner Folds, they will transfer to the A main. For everyone on back, they'll either prepare for the dirtfan.com super late models or come back next week. But for now, we'll be back in a moment as Dustin Sizemore performs our national anthem to the greatest country in the world, the U.S. of A. The A main is next from virtual Knoxville.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Back here at Knoxville, ready to go for the A-Main. It's time for race A-Main number 2 for the Next Level Designs Pro Late Models. I'm Wesley Outland, your host. Brett Wheeler on the production for Ultimate Dirt TV, and on the call is Chris Nunn and Zach Newton. Also, got to get a mention for Ryan Underwood, the kid from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. I'm in Charlotte. He's on the eastern side of the state in Elizabeth City, near the coastal area. We had a hurricane last week to start the week. We ended up the week with an earthquake this morning. But anyhow, he had to weed eat the grass, and that was the reason why Chris and Zach, he was not able to ring the bell to attempt to make the Pro Late Model race in the 46 machine. So hopefully he'll be coming up here next for the Super Late Models. But with that said, it is A-Main time from the back to the front. Chris and Zach, let's get this underway.
Starting in row 12, starting 24th, we see Tanner Fold. Starting 23rd inside row 12, Colton Truly in 6:15.
In 22nd, that is the Queen of Dirt, Jennifer Hans, filling in for her husband Bobby in the 9 machine. Colton Davis will roll off in 21st.
Row 10 on the outside, Blake Cannon, 35, starting inside row 10, starting 19th. It'll be the 27 of Brett Rolls.
It's the Little Rocket, Richard Murtaugh Jr. out of New York in the 33 machine. He rolls off 18th. The Texas Rattlesnake, Carter Barterby in the 53, rolls off 17th.
Row 8 on the outside, Richie Yost out of Indiana in 29. Starting inside row number 8, Matthew Logan in 1 in the 15th position.
Nathan Davis in the 36 machine out of Indiana rolls off in 14th. Blake Brown in the 74 goes 13th.
Row number 6 on the outside, Evan C., winner of the Grace Productions UMP Modified main event just a little bit ago in the 33. And starting 11th, former world champion sprint car driver, it's David Heileman in 49.
It's all his fault. Starting 10th, Dustin Sizemore, Speed Inc., $1 Million Motorsports, number 11th. Chris Fisher in the 37th will roll off 9th.
Row number 4 on the outside, Dustin Hall in 331. He'll start 8th. And starting inside row 4, Dylan Hauser in 2. He'll start 7th.
6th is the points leader for the Next Level Designs Pro Late Models Carolinas, number 25, Zach McSwain. Two-time world champion, the 12 entry of Alex Bergeron out of Canada, rolls off in 5th.
Row 2 on the outside, Hayden Cardwell. He'll start in that 4th position. Inside row number 2, we will see John Ruggiero Jr. in 44.
It's Cole Henriksen on the outside of the front row in the 0 machine. Pole is the 00 machine of Mount Airy, North Carolina driver Kendall Tucker for Swindell Speed Labs. A lot of chalk in the top 6 of this one. You see your points leader, Zach McSwain, in 6, Hayden Cardwell, John Ruggiero Jr., all those guys up front as we get ready to go 4 wide. Chris, take it away.
All right, the best side of motorsports here as your Next Level Designs Pro Late Models. Roll out of turn number 1, flashing past the scoreboard, flashing past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. They're coming down the front straightaway. They've already come down the back straightaway. These camera angles, they get to me once in a while. Down the front straightaway, your Next Level Designs Pro Late Models coming at you 4 wide. It's the best of the best in iRacing right here in the Mimi's Makings in Motion World of Thunder iRacing League here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Like I said, you get the best in the business here in iRacing here on a Sunday night. We max out our servers every single week. 60 cars on a normal basis. And it doesn't get any better than that. And if you didn't think it got any better, coming up next, it is thedirtfan.com. Super Late Models. Broadcast live on the front page of iRacing. That's how big it is. And we are used to having 20 plus, or upwards of 20 pro licensed drivers in our fields for the Super Late Models. So don't miss it. That's coming up next after this one. But we got business to attend to first, Wesley, coming up here at Knoxville.
That's right. They're coming at you 4 wide at Knoxville. The Next Level Design Pro Late Models, before they pull the belts tight one more time, before they, gentlemen, clear those visors of that clay and the grime at the A-Main, before they go in battle side by side, the exciting high-octane, high-horsepower steel machines of pure power now beginning to break apart from the 4 wide virtual salute and prepare to get down to business. 40 laps the distance for this event at Knoxville. We're hoping you're enjoying the coverage. Continue to comment, like, share, follow, heart stars. If you want to make a donation, add it on PayPal at the link in the description of the race. And again, as Chris reiterated on, coming up next, it is thedirtfan.com Super Late Models from Knoxville. We'll close out the night with the 410 Wing Sprint Cars as well, presented by Loud Pedal Productions. It's all part of Mimi's Makings and Motions World of Thunder, Sunday here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Gentlemen, I'm going to be Brett Wheeler here. Who's your pick to win it in this A-Main tonight?
All right, Brett Wheeler has picked Hayden Cardwell, so he cannot pick Hayden Cardwell.
Okay.
I'm going to go.
Bull hell, I
Yeah.
can't pick Hayden Cardwell just because Brett picked him. Brett's not even on the broadcast.
I need that Price is Right horn.
I'm going with.
Uh-oh, he said I'll mute your microphone, Zach.
I'm going with Big Bucks Bergeron. That's where I'm going with.
There you go. Who you got, Zach?
Oh, I'm taking Cardwell. I don't care about Brett Wheeler. He can have
Okay.
him. He can share him. It's tough to argue with what Hayden Cardwell is putting together this year.
So normally you could ask Brett Wheeler every time in the morning. Maybe it's because I'm not awake. I pick the winner, and they end up crashing. And I always pick Kendall Tucker because he's a Carolina boy, and I know the whole family. But I'm gonna go with a wild card here, gentlemen. Dylan Hauser, my pick to win tonight, starting 8th, and we're green here at Knoxville. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, the battle is underway here. It's Kendall Tucker out front. That start was an absolute mess, but like I said, Barney, the iRacing flagman, the most lenient flagman all across the country. Cardwell throwing it in hard sideways. He's got Cole Hendrickson underneath him. They battle for second down the back straightaway past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and underneath the Clausen Tower. Kendall Tucker all alone out front. He's going to lead this lap.
You notice Kendall Tucker went from the plain white 00 to his normal looking 00. I think he switched cars.
Yeah, Tucker might have gone to a backup car. We'll have to see how he winded up missing
Caution
the
is
EOL
out.
there. As we go to the back, it looks like maybe he brought out a new sled for the heat race and was like, no, we're not ready for this one just yet. But it is Kendall Tucker up front. We go to the Wicked Cushion instant replay.
Take a look at the action here mid-pack. We'll find out what exactly brought out the yellow here.
Is it
Oh,
any of
looks
our?
like
Is it
mixed-
any of our picks?
Looks like McSwain got punted. No, that's
Oh,
not
wow.
McSwain. Never mind. That's not McSwain.
It's Richie Yost.
Richie
Yost.
Yost in the number 29. That's right. And Jennifer Hantz also involved as well. Tanner Folds getting collected.
Man, what a tough break there. Hans had to come in through a B main, fought her way into there, and holy cow, flying through the air. Look at Yost.
Yeah, what a ride.
Now Hans took a ride there after all that.
Gentlemen, look at the clay in the back of the car. I know it's virtual, but look at that. So real the way it done that. Look at this. Wow, look at that dust cloud.
Throws up the powder, the marbles there up on the cushion as they get north of the berm that forms the outside of this racetrack. And
We call that the tater patch, Zach Newton.
Well, that sounds like something they'd call it in North Carolina, I tell you what.
Oh.
We again want to thank Wicked Cushion for sponsoring all of our replays. You see on board with Jennifer Hans here as she gets ready to go shucking and jiving through the air there. Wicked Cushion is a cross-aspect marketing platform whose goal is to introduce brands and companies to the world of dirt track racing while helping support the drivers, leagues, and facilities that work so hard to entertain loyal race fans.
How about that, Chris? We got to give him an applause there. Good job, Zach.
Nailing the live reads,
Nailed
boys.
it. Nailed it.
We get ready to go double file here for this restart. It is Kendall Tucker out front, Hayden Cardwell running second. Me and Brett Wheeler sharing Hayden Cardwell. He's two weird-looking dudes on one horse.
Your pick is null and void because you could not pick the same person. That just came from the producer in my ear, Zach.
Oh, I got him too, Wesley. Don't worry. And like every producer I've ever had, I'm just going to not pay attention to him. My guy Hayden Cardwell running second, Kendall Tucker out front, Cole Hendrickson in third, Dustin Hall, Ruggiero Jr. your top five.
I always pick Kendall Tucker, guys, and every time I pick him, he freaking crashes. So I am not picking him tonight. Velvet Tucker, I know she's happy, so I'm picking. My pick was I done lost track. Dylan Hauser, and he's way in the back.
Yeah, my pick Bergeron just fell all the way to the back too. I'm trying to figure out why he fell all the way back to the back.
I think Bergeron and Hauser may have gone to the hot pit during that caution flag, made an adjustment, got a new tire, new race car, something to that effect. One of the quick fixes you get here in iRacing. We are
a new
green.
race car like Kendall Tucker did it.
We are green. It's Kendall Tucker out front. Hayden Cardwell looking to the inside in 3 and 4. They are almost side by side. Cardwell may pull even here. He gets a great run through the middle of the turn. But it is all Kendall Tucker out front. Cardwell hot on his heels.
Turn 1 and 2. Cardwell trying to make good on his lobbying to get back into this race tonight. He's doing pretty good here down the back straightaway. But he and Tucker trading back and forth the lead. Tucker now goes to the top side. See a lot of cars blinking in and out there coming out of turn 4.
Well, the internet in virtual Iowa, not what we thought it was. It's Hayden Cardwell looking to the inside. Another slider up in front of Kendall Tucker. Tucker going to run the cut down line. Here he's going to pull to the inside of Cardwell. They're almost even. Advantage Cardwell down the back straightaway. Side by side into 3 and 4. Cole Hendrickson riding along in third. He's about to have his hands full with Evan C. and Dustin Hall. but it's Tucker looking like he's going to maybe lead another lap.
Cardwell, Tucker, trading back and forth. Everybody blinking out now at a turn. I don't know if you guys are seeing that as well, but man, everybody blinking in and out.
Net code, gentlemen, net code.
Yeah, the server-based gameplay, nothing you can do about it, especially with some of the weather going on around the country. Kendall Tucker out in front, Hayden Cardwell side by side. They are having an absolute war for the lead, and all that's letting the rest of the field do is slowly start to suck back into this battle for first. Cole Hendrickson riding along in third. Evan C. now in sole possession of fourth. He looks to track down the leaders as he's got around Dustin Hall. Richard Murtaugh starting to sneak his way into the top 5 discussion.
Yeah, we got a classic here brewing here. I know it's early in the race, but we got a whale of a battle going on for the lead between Cardwell and Tucker. And Hendrickson sitting back there in the third spot, trying to make something happen as we roll down into turn number 3 and 4 as Kendall Tucker slides back in front of Cardwell one more time.
Tucker's going to take sole possession of first, but Cardwell's going to look to the inside into turn 1. It's another slide job on the way. Tucker cuts down. He's going to pull to the inside. A great switchback battle. They're trading slide jobs every single corner, but it's Cole Hendrickson who you're on board with here. You're seeing the Slick Sim Sports entry in Cardwell and the Swindell Speed Labs machine to Tucker side by side. Hendrickson's starting to close that gap. He's going to get himself involved in this battle for the lead very quickly.
We're taking a look here. Hendrickson right out in front of his car. You see Tucker and Cardwell duking it out. Hendrickson hoping that they just take each other out and he'll just take the lead. You know, it's easy to do it. Just put yourself out front.
A heavyweight prize fight brewing up front between Tucker and Cardwell. Just two heavy hitters exchanging blows. Here comes Hendrickson, a new face here at Loyal Thunder, but he's putting on a hell of a show tonight. He's running third in an A main with Evan C. and Dustin Hall behind him. Richard Murtaugh back in 6th. Ruggiero, Heilman, Fisher, Sizemore, your top 10.
Evan C. knows what it feels like to have a win fall right into his lap. That happened during the modifieds earlier tonight as Jacob Fields and Cardwell got into each other on the last couple of laps. We're going to see what happens here as Evan C. Caution is out, though, on the racetrack. We're going to go yellow, putting an end to this battle here.
I done it again, gentlemen. My pick, Dylan Hauser, the yellow number 2. Middle of your screen. Watch this. Going 3 wide. Hit the cushion. Bounced off a car. Rats.
Wesley, we're going to figure out. We figured out a way for you to make some extra money. We're going to have drivers and their families pay you to not pick them.
Yeah, that's your wicked cushion instant replay. Every time I pick somebody, they always end up crashing. That's why I did not pick Kendall Tucker.
You can't knock the hustles. Your applause in our ears from producer Brett Wheeler. All the way
Brett Wheeler's loving this in Australia right now. Okay, okay, you kangaroo, have a Vegemite sandwich.
Did you just go A?
I'm not even going to repeat what Brett just said.
Brett is using insults that I don't understand, and I feel like I've got a pretty good grasp of the English language.
It's the Australian dictionary insults is what it is.
And there's a couple Australian words that I know pretty good, but that's a new one. Let me just tell you. Brett Wheeler, our live wire producer from down under in Australia, we couldn't do what we do without him. Of course, we may also do a more professional job without him, but it wouldn't look as good, I can promise you that. Kendall Tucker, your leader out in front of Hayden Cardwell. They've been battling back and forth for all 13 of the laps we booked in this one. Evan C. back there in 4th. He's looking very fast. Dustin Hall in 5th.
And remember, Evan C. won the Grace Production Modified event earlier tonight. What a wild race that was between Hayden Cardwell, Jacob Fields, battling, having contact there. And out of nowhere, like taking candy from a baby on Halloween, except on the hot day in August. He got it done. We're ready to come back to green. What would this be? The Dixie double file, Delaware double file restart? What would you call this, Chris?
It is a Delaware double file.
There you go.
Fanning out of turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3 down the
in
back
the South,
straightaway.
we call it Dixie.
Well, I mean, because you're in the Dixieland. Evan C.
Right.
9 spots up to the 3rd spot. Murtaugh up 13 spots. God, I love these guys. They're moving up through the field. Murtaugh on the bottom of the racetrack. He's trying to slide under C for that 3rd spot. Not able to make the move. We may have a 4-car battle for the lead before it's over with.
They were 4 wide for 5th there coming off of turn 2. You can see Cole Hendrickson starting to fade just a little bit. possible that the bell is ringing for this Cinderella story. It's closing in on midnight, but out front, again, straight chalk. You're seeing Kendall Tucker and Hayden Cardwell, two of the best in the world, battling it out at the front of this one. Evan C., another world championship driver, and again, winner earlier tonight, the Grace Productions UMP Modified. He's in third. Richard Murtaugh, your hard charger, currently up now, I think, 14 spots. He's in fourth place. Cole Hendrickson fading to fifth, and he's got his hands full with David Heilman on his way to the front.
David Heilman working his way up towards the front as well. He currently sits in that 6th position. Ruggiero, Hall, Fisher, and Davis round out the top 10. Tucker and Cardwell still duking it out up front. At a turn number 4 they come. And a drag race to the line. Still Kendall Tucker out front. Cardwell second. Evan C. Now Murtaugh goes to the 3rd spot. He'll slide C into turn 1. Out of 2 they come. C now going to try to shoot back underneath. Down the back straightaway. Good battle for that 3rd spot.
Yeah, they are side by side all over this racetrack. Out front, you're seeing a great battle between Kendall Tucker and Hayden Cardwell. Cardwell, usually a big cushion guy. He wants to get up and run high, clap the wall around a little bit, showed who's boss, but he's down on the bottom running right against that berm. You can see the wheel actually coming up on the berm there in the inside of turn 1 and 2. Maybe not the line he's comfortable with, but he's making it work, and he's abandoning the slide jobs. We haven't seen a lot of guys make slide jobs stick, and you see Cardwell keeping it low, running up to the middle down the straightaways and diving in hard into turn 1 and 2.
Out of turn number 1 and 2, they come down that back straightaway. Side by side, battle for the lead. They pass down underneath the Brian Clausen Tower. Out of 3 and 4, they come. Tucker slides up to the, look out, almost up to the wall there. Good line for Tucker. Still holds the lead down the front straightaway. Cardwell going to try to slide him into 1 again. C hooked the berm there, trying to go for 3rd.
Yeah, the margin for error, both of these guys is small. Cardwell right down on the berm, especially through 1 and 2. It's more pronounced than it is in 3 and 4. Tucker right up along the wall on the exit of the corner. You saw just 1 lap ago. He does a little bit better job of wrangling the race car down away from that wall. Now you see Cardwell go up. He's going to pull in nose to tail with Tucker as they head through 1 and 2 in front of the Hall of Fame in the Clausen Tower.
Into turn number 3 and 4. Tucker now going low, trying to hold off or trying to shut down that bottom groove on Hayden Cardwell. Shutting the door on him there a little bit. See if he moves down low in 1 and 2. Nope, everything going to go right to the top side again. Oh, man, you could throw a piece of paper between those two as they head out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway.
Yeah, they are nose to tail in this one, as you see. Both of them running the bottom now. Tucker going to slide up the racetrack in the middle of the corner off of 4. That's going to give Cardwell a little bit of chance to poke his nose in. They get back to side by side. Cardwell goes low again. He's going to look for the lead out of turn 2. Does he have it? It's close. He's got it, but he's not clear. They're side by side down the back straightaway.
And at turn number 3 and 4, still side by side. We are past the halfway point here in this one. And it has been a good one. There's a drag race down to the line. Cardwell, your leader now. Tucker back in that 2nd spot. Evan C. and Murtaugh still trying to figure out a way to catch up to those two. Down the back straightaway they go.
Tucker high, wide, and handsome right up there on the cushion. And you can see he's definitely carrying a ton of speed right up next to the wall here at Knoxville. Cardwell very smooth around the inside line. He's going to hold on to the lead for that lap as they drag race down the front straightaway and drive into 1 and 2 side by side. This is an absolute war that you're watching up front, but these guys are racing each other very clean. You've seen them get close together, but I don't think they've made contact once. What a show these guys are putting on.
Indeed, we have got a great one brewing here as we are just past halfway. Let's bring in our host, Wesley Outland. Wesley, your thoughts on this battle we've seen so far this whole race?
A great job. The game of cat and mouse, mano a mano. John Gerard and Ricky Bobby virtually continuing here between Hayden Cardwell and the 07, the modified winner earlier tonight, battling along with Mount Airy, North Carolina's Kendall Tucker. He's been with some bad luck, if you will. Maybe it's because I picked him. I didn't pick him tonight. He's looking good. And right now, what a phenomenal job they're doing. We're ready for the second half. Let's bring this thing to the finish, gentlemen.
All right, we're going to take donations in the next race through Ultimate Dirt TV for Wesley Outland. Not to pick your driver. Let's try to raise some money for Ultimate Dirt TV. So if you got a driver and you don't want Wesley to pick him, pony up the cash.
Out front, it's all Hayden Cardwell now. He's gotten almost clear of Kendall Tucker down the straightaways. They're side by side through the corners, but Cardwell's getting such a good run off the bottom line that he's able to make it stick. Evan C. and Richard Murtaugh have closed the gap just a little bit, but not making up a ton of ground and not getting involved in this lead battle the way that we had hoped and thought they might. But it's all Cardwell and Tucker out front. They are battling every single lap.
Wow, this is a great race. Now Evan C. is going to try to throw his name in the hat here as he is caught up to your top two, Cardwell and Tucker. They pull him down the front straightaway, though. But, man, look at that line Evan C's running. He has got it stuck right there on the bottom, right there on that bottom berm. Evan C may have something to say about it before it's all over with.
Yeah, Evan C is right there, and we know he's fast here at Knoxville. He put on a great show in the modified, snuck in and won a race. Meanwhile, Kendall Tucker and Hayden Cardwell door to door down the front straightaway as they drive in. Now Cardwell's got that outside line where he might be a little more comfortable, but he makes some mistakes. C is going to move into second, and he's going to try to chase down Kendall Tucker.
Now you got all your top 4 cars within the same screen here, as you've got Kendall Tucker leading, Evan C second, Cardwell third, Richard Murtaugh back there in that 4th position, as now Evan C sticks it to the bottom of the racetrack on Kendall Tucker. Evan C, a new challenger, has entered the fight here.
Yeah, C wants to make this title match a triple threat, and he's looking very fast down on the bottom. You see Murtaugh slide in. He manages to keep the car off the wall right up there on the cushion, and he may get involved in this. It's a fatal 4-way brewing as we drive into turn 1 at Knoxville. Evan C down on the bottom in front of Hayden Cardwell with Kendall Tucker on the high side. High, wide, and handsome, and it's a drag race down the back straightaway, Chris.
I'm all about pro wrestling references in a race. I'll tell you that much right now. 3-way dance, 4-way dance, out of turn number 4. Here they come. Side by side, 2 rows deep, down the front straightaway. Laps are clicking down. Working lap 39 here out of turn number 2. Top 4 cars, you can throw a blanket over them out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Evan C trying to hold off Kendall Tucker. Tucker back to the top side of the racetrack. Evan C on the bottom. They'll come out of turn number 4. Drag race to the line once again. It's going to be Kendall Tucker.
4 kids in a trench coat. They're arguing about who gets to be the head, Chris. This is an absolute battle we're seeing it's brewing. Cardwell back to the high side in front of Murtaugh. Shuts the door on him. Evan C sticking to that low line, trying his best to make it work. Kendall Tucker, high, wide, and handsome right around the cushion here in Knoxville. Looking very comfortable running that sprint car style line. He's very fast. Gets a great run. Drag race. Evan C, your leader.
Hayden Cardwell's now found the bottom of the racetrack. He is pulled up now to the rear end of Kendall Tucker back there in that 2nd spot. Richard Murtaugh, I don't know if he's quite out of it yet. He has now found himself back up to the top side as there's still a double file. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at the line. Kendall Tucker by a nose. Out of turn number 1 and 2 they go.
The biggest thing that might be hurting Murtaugh with 4 to go is that we don't have a 3rd distinct racing line here at Knoxville. It's either all the way up on the cushion or right down on these berms as you see him shift to the lower line, falling in behind Hayden Cardwell. Kendall Tucker, the only one of your top 4 running the high side. Evan C and Kendall Tucker neck and neck. Give that lap to Tucker. This is a battle brewing. This one's going to come right down to the wire, Chris.
If you don't like this race, and check your pulse, because I don't know if you're human. Down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be coming down to 2 laps to go as Kendall Tucker slapped the wall just a little bit. He's got to get back up on the horse here. Down the front straightaway. 2 remaining here at Knoxville as they head out of turn number 1 and 2. Evan C still your leader. Looking to go 2 for 2 on the night. Down the back straightaway.
Tucker's little brush with the wall definitely hurt him. It's Evan C, Hayden Cardwell, Tucker, and Richard Murtaugh. Your top 4 nose to tail around the bottom of the racetrack. You see Murtaugh a little bit more sideways off the exit. That's going to hurt him trying to get to Tucker as we are taking the white flag with Evan C in front.
Down the back straightaway for the final time here at the half mile of Knoxville Raceway. It is Evan C out front. Hayden Cardwell in that 2nd spot. I don't think anybody's going to make anything happen here for Evan C. They all run the bottom of the racetrack out of turn number 4. 2 for 2 on the evening. It's Evan C in 35.
Evan C waited until the opportunity was right. He takes home the win in the Next Level Designs Pro Late Models. We'll have him in victory lane here in just a moment, along with the rest of your top 3. I believe that was Hayden Cardwell and Kendall Tucker. We go to the results for the Next Level Designs Pro Late Models. Chris.
All right, I'm going to get our results tabulated and loaded here, as I got to make sure everything's right before we give you your full field rundown. And here they are. Evan C, your winner. Hayden Cardwell, 2nd. Kendall Tucker, 3rd. Richard Murtaugh Jr., 4th. And David Heileman in that 5th position. Then it was Blake Cannon, Dustin Hall, Blake Brown, John Ruggiero Jr., 9th. And Dustin Sizemore in that 10th spot. Zach McSwain, 11th. Hendrickson, 12th. Davis, 13th. Fisher, 14th. Batterby, 15th. Yost, 16th. Davis, 17th. Truly in that 18th position. Interviews in Discord coming up. feature. Anybody could have won that one at the end.
Yeah, there were 4 guys in contention. What a show from the Next Level Designs Pro Late Models.
Getting our drivers to the podium, getting ready to come up. We've got Evan C. and Kendall Tucker waiting in the wings here for our interviews. We've got Evan C., tonight's feature winner, 2 for 2 on the evening. Modified. We'll talk about the modified feature here in just a second. You found yourself in victory lane on that one after a little bit of a contact between the 2 leaders. But, man, tell you what, you absolutely reached out and grabbed that one tonight. What a race. Take us through it in your perspective.
Yeah, I didn't know if I'd be able to get up there, from being a fixed setup race starting 12th. But, we was able to just kind of move our way up in the third in there. And it was really hard to gain on these fixed setups. And I was a little bit behind them. And, they got started racing side by side. And, the bottom really came in. I feel like it was a little bit better if you had someone on your outside. It was about equal because you couldn't come all the way up. But, Hayden threw the slaughter there and Kendall, and that slowed them down just enough for me to kind of get by on the bottom. And then, me and Kendall had a good battle there. And I guess he made a mistake up top, and I was able to clear him.
Anyway, you had that bottom groove absolutely worked into perfection. Is that what you had her set up for? I mean, it's a fixed setup, but it looked like it ran better on the bottom than it did anywhere else.
Yeah, I like to run the bottom of Knoxville. That's just me. If it's there, I'll definitely go and use it. And, like I said, it was pretty good tonight. I didn't know if it'd be that good if it being fixed setup. I thought for sure it'd be up top. But, surprisingly, the bottom came in and definitely put on for a good race.
Who you got helping you out? Who you want to give thanks to?
Yes. I got to thank all the guys at Team VLR, Iris and I Flag. Jim Embry at Next Level Designs does most of my paints. Captain Ben Morgan, Kevin Dedman, his band Dirty Grass Soul, and just thank you all for putting on a series, and Steven and doing a broadcast.
All right, that's tonight's winner, going 2 for 2 on the night so far. It's Evan C. here in your Next Level Designs Fixed Pro Late Models. Zach Newton with our second place finish.
Hayden, you came up just a little bit short in this one. You were definitely real fast. We'll talk about the modified race maybe here in just a second, but take us through the end of that one. You and Kendall put on an absolute show for probably 35 or 40 laps, and then what happened?
It just took me forever to, to actually get clear of Kendall. He was always on the outside there, and I never could get clear. And, I tried to slide him one time, and I slid him one time, and, that gave Evan the bottom. So it was pretty much race over for me at that point. I was just trying to find a way to get clear of Kendall, and I couldn't find it. So it was a little bit frustrating. I feel like we had the car to win. We got lined in there behind Evan. Me and Evan were about equal. I think top 3 was pretty equal there. It's really tough to pass in these 6 races. Everybody's always so close in these races. So, if you mess up just a little bit, cars are just going to come right by you. All in all, it's a good race. We'll take second, finish second in the mods too. So we'll move on.
Yeah, absolute great show from you, man. You think that you've got what it takes to be not just good here in the supers here in just a few minutes, but in the race tomorrow night?
We'll have to see. That is what the super late model. So we'll have to see. I'll let you know in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, whenever this race is over with. So we haven't really ran a lot of laps. So looking for the super race right here.
Well, we look forward to hopefully talking to you again in victory lane or here on the podium. After that one, Hayden Cardwell coming home second.
Thank you.
All right, third place finisher coming into the interview room right now. Kendall Tucker, man, what a battle between you and Hayden there for about 30, 35 laps. Take us through what happened there with within less than 5 to go. Looks like you got a little up there and crossed up against the wall.
Yeah, just we ran 44 perfect laps on the top. Just what wasn't 45. We just messed up one time up there, and then it cost us the race pretty much. But I don't know, it was a fun race. I felt most comfortable up top, keeping my momentum up. Just every time I'd go to the bottom, I'd kind of just bog the motor down. So I just didn't want to take a chance to go down there and lose any speed. We was all racing so tight, and Hayden was side by side for most of the race, and so I didn't really have much of an option but to run the top. But it was a fun race overall. Just hate I made that mistake. I think we could have held on to that one, but the bottom was definitely starting to come in right there. The top was definitely fading right there at the end, but overall it was a good run.
We were joking around that you might have made a card change between heat races and feature because you ran the plain white number 00. Then you came back on in your regular paint job. I know it's the same car and everything, but we had to have something to joke around about. How good was the new car for the feature?
I mean, it was good. Just I sold one of my old PCs to a buddy last week, and he logged in to my trading paints instead of his and put his car on there. So that was what happened. So we'll have to get that fixed, and I'll have to go over to his house tomorrow, and I guess make him a trading paints account.
Who you got helping you out? Who you want to give thanks to?
Yeah, I just gotta thank all the guys at Swindell Speed Lab and Slick Sim Sport, and I gotta thank K1 Rescue, Bell Helmet, South Bay Partners, HMS Motorsport, Racing Electronics, and Emma Performance, and thanks to all the guys at World Thunder for the league, and thanks to you and Brett for the broadcast.
All right, that's Kendall Tucker, tonight's third place finisher. Going to send it back up to our host, Wesley Otley.
Oh, what a fun time. What a fun time indeed. When it was all said and done, we've had a great event here at Knoxville. These drivers have put on a phenomenal show. When it's all said and done, Evan C., back-to-back winner for the Modifieds, and now the Next Level Design Pro Late Model. Stand by. Coming up next very shortly, coverage on Ultimate Dirt TV, dirtfan.com, and iRacing's main broadcast page. We'll be back here shortly from Knoxville for the Dirt Fan Super Late Models. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the Next Level Design Pro Late Models, coverage again of the Mimis, Makings, and Motions World of Thunder Sunday. For Brett Wheeler on production, for Zach Newton, Chris Nunn, I'm your host, Wesley Outland. Stick around. We'll be back in a bit from Knoxville as the Super Late Models are coming up, and we'll see if Evan C. can go for 3.